YouTube.
¿Estás en vivo?
Ah, pero qué bien. No me digas que estamos de nuevo live. Qué alegría. Hola amigos tangueros all over the world. ¿Cómo están? Una vez más nos encontramos para una de las clases de Milonga, una de las últimas clases que vamos a dar de Milonga. So, next series, we didn't decide yet what it's going to be, but it will be a surprise. So,
Tango, most likely will be tango.
most likely, but not 100%.
Maybe then?
We don't know.
Tango or vals, one or the other.
Correct. So, but I don't know
Hola,
if
mi
this
amor.
is... Hola.
¿Te aturdí?
Not this time. Maybe you, yeah. Tal vez lo aturdiste a ellos acá en el micrófono.
Maybe. Maybe.
So today we have a very dynamic, you better move your waist kind of step.
Yes.
Corridas are very well known when you
Corridas.
dance Milonga.
Yes.
And sometimes it takes a little while to achieve a nice corrida, like in an improvisation, you know, to let your partner know that's what you want, because it's so fast, you know, to do it is fast. You need to activate your muscles, your abs a lot, you know, so you need to be very active at it. It's not one of the steps that you can, they are easy to make it happen, okay? This requires a lot of engagement.
Corrida means to run. To run, correr. It's literally a running. Even the lyrics from Así se baila el tango says, ahora una vuelta, una corrida, una sentada. So these are traditional steps of the tango, in this case the milonga. A corrida, there are two kinds of corrida. I like to call them corrida completa or media corrida. And there is here also the 51% rule applies, because in order to communicate this to your partner, you have to quickly orient her in the direction in which you want her to step. So if the follow feels like she's 51% forward, she will take a forward step. When you put her 51% backwards, then she will take a back step. In many dance forms have this, front side, back side, front side, back side, front side, back side. It's an alternation of steps that we use very commonly. In the turn, when the follows do a turn, or when the lead does a turn around the follow, you go front, side, back, side, front, side, back, side. So here we maintain the same concept. And we need to also take a reference to our previous class in which we were talking about mirror positioning, in which you do things in which you are a reflection of your partner. And there's a lot of possibilities in that idea, because here we're moving together. You want to show them what we're talking about?
Yes.
We're talking about going together through the front, to the side, to the back, to the side, to the front, to the side. We start with a full corrida, right?
Yes.
To the front, to the side, to the back, to the side, to the front, to the side, to the back, to the side. So this is front, side, back, side, front, side, back, side, front, side, back, side. So in my mind, I'm focusing on telling my partner to turn herself forward, because I know I'm going to go forward with you. Then I pull a little bit on this part of the frame to bring us together. And then with my right arm, I roll my partner a little bit so she steps back, one we normally call a back ocho, and then I push again to put her facing at me. So then we are again on a side step, and we then repeat forward, side, back, side. There you go, you do this so well. So we don't do too much, we don't travel too much. The idea here is the repetition. It's like a sewing machine. It's about going on every beat and going tak 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 tak. Front side, back side, front side, back side, front side, back side, front side, back side. It's harder to say than to do it.
No, I don't think so. I think it's hard to do too. But, as Patricio said before, this is a molinete idea, but instead of going around, you are doing it in a line.
It's a turn in a straight line.
It's a molinete in line, basically. That's what you are doing. Yes.
This is something that you could practice in your bar.
Yeah. That's a very excellent
Very
exercise to do it if you don't have a bar, to do it in a wall or whatever flat surface you have. The reason is because if you're going to work with another person in front of you, you don't want to invade the person or actually create a pulling that the person cannot achieve that speed, meaning you don't want to kind of cross the invisible line in between the couple. Right? So you work like this a wall here, and you work in your plane, doing what you're doing, without crossing to her place or without asking her when you go backward. For example, in the case of the lead, sometimes the back step you pull away from your partner, and that is asking her to overturn an enormous amount of turning, and that she cannot achieve at that speed especially, okay? So you want to keep a line. So to practice, as Patricio said, in a flat surface is wonderful because you can check if you're actually activating your body to achieve these rotations, these 180 degrees rotation, without interfering the other side of the couple. Basically.
Yes, we had another class as well in which we were talking about the Americana, and we talked about the Americanas and how we split. We can mentally split the frame in half and understand that there is my half and your half. This was the class in which we did back ochos back to back, and we were doing back ochos, boleo. Do you remember this class?
Yes.
So
right.
if people refer to that class, they will find some combination of information useful for this class. Because the same idea of tracing a line between my partner and myself, right? A line that is giving us direction, and then from here we run in that direction. We go front side, back side, front side, back side, front. Front side, back side, front side, back side, front. You see, there is a lot of waist work.
Yes.
You got to engage your obliques and bring yourself to turn this way, to turn that way, to turn that way. So as a lead, I try to make my partner go forward, pull to the side, because I'm thinking about back. So the side step is we mingle a side step in between the front and back, front and back. So when I go front, now my focus is on turning her so she goes back, and then turn her to go front, to turn her to go back, and inevitably there will be a side step in between. That's kind of like what I try to communicate to you, to go front and back. Front and back, and front and back, and front. Bam. And again, if you guys are serious about understanding all of this, you go back to last week's class in which we work on offset traspiés. In that class, we were talking about finding a stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, finding a stretch of space. Once you find an area on the dance floor, then you can make a couple of these corridas. It could be 1, 2, 3. Bam, da, da. Many social dance floors can accept a corrida of this length. This is a great resource for the stage as well. If you're going to dance in front of an audience, you're going to do an exhibition or a tango show, and you want to add corridas to your milonga, they have a beautiful visual effect, and they are a great energy.
Yes.
So, two things. I think we need to warm up the body a little bit. They already have this information about this movement. We should include it in the demonstration. And I also want to tell our friends, first of all, I want to tell you that I'm grateful that all of you are there, and we are almost reaching 2,000 subscribers. I think that needs an applause. We thank you.
Two applause. Mine and yours.
Yes. I mean, it's so beautiful to know that you are interested in continue watching our videos and that you enjoy the material that we share with all of you. We are receiving your message and your support, and we are so grateful for that. So here is how you can do it.
So if you want to contribute to these classes that we are giving you, please consider donating to Venmo or PayPal. You can see there under my feet. See, I do some lapses here. Okay, so you can contribute there if you want. We really appreciate all of the contributions we have received so far. And if you cannot, maybe tell a friend, share the video, like the video, interact with us, comment, ask questions. We are there. We read your messages. We are very happy to have you on the other side. Thank you.
We are saving money to get a big monitor so we can have a big monitor here and we can see better our screen here when we are live.
Nice.
Okay, so
Should we dance now?
yes, we're gonna dance Milonga Sentimental.
Let's dance showing this.
A very slow Milonga. Despacito para que lo puedan ver. Qué hermosa que estás. Me gusta tu conjunto con la nariz.
Este conjunto de rayas.
Milonga para recordarte, milonga sentimental. Otros se quejan llorando, yo canto para no llorar. Tu amor se secó de golpe, nunca dijiste por qué. Yo me consuelo pensando que fue traición de mujer. Varón, va a quererte mucho, varón, va a desearte el bien, varón, va a olvidar agravios porque ya te perdoné. Tal vez no lo sepas nunca, tal vez no lo puedas creer, tal vez te provoque risa verme tirado a tus pies.
Se acabó la milonguita. That's nice.
Linda. Sí, con una milonga así media lenta es más fácil también practicar. So if you want to practice this with milonga, choose first the slow milongas. You can search slow milongas, so you don't get all like crazy like that. You can kind of go with the flow in an easier way. Right?
Yes, because if we do this in a fast milonga, the succession of the beats for the follow are so fast because you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I know I want to go forward and then go side and then cross back and then go side. I know it. You don't know it. So you got to get it from my lead. So if I lead you too fast, then it becomes way more challenging. So I think it's a good word of caution for the leads not to push the follows on one of these, unless you are familiar with the skill levels of your partner, if you're going to make her do a corrida, because easily a follow can tangled up and she could scrape her toes or her nails with her own heels, especially if she's wearing stilettos. She can kick her toes or cut her skin trying to follow him too fast.
Yeah.
Especially if you twist them back and they're going forward, or vice versa, that the follower is assuming that you're going back or front.
Yeah.
This one particularly is not so crazy because it has a flow. It has the normal flow of a pendulum, right? Because you go front and back and front and back, right? So front side, if you keep going in the same momentum, then you turn the body a little bit more like that. Front and back and front and back. 1 and 3 is front or back. 1 is front, 3 is back. 1 is front, 3 is back. 2 and 4 are always side step because of the normal order of the succession. You see, 1 is front, 2 is side, 3 is back, 4 is side. So you have to focus on front and side, front and side, front and side.
Yeah.
The idea also is not to travel a lot of distance, because what you want is to populate every beat. So the repetition of going da 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 is what makes you travel in the distance. But if you try to make every step a long distance, then it's not twisty anymore. And what is nice is about going front and back. What's nice about this is to go front and back and front and back and front and back. And there are many ways of doing it. You can do this on the floor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, or you could do it on the tiptoes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, bum.
Yeah.
How about you go?
And of course, sometimes it changes the size of the steps you do. Sometimes you travel more, sometimes you travel less. Sometimes the feet are kind of closer. If you can keep that camera there, the camera, please. The
Yes,
same one.
Mr. Director, please, the camera too. Thank you.
So when you do that, as Patricio said, I can either keep it like small, like kind of the knees, kind of almost together. You know what I mean? So the knees kind of, or sometimes even kind of together, like very small here, right? But usually when it's less in speed, the knees don't stay so much together. There is some separations to catch our axis, yeah? So the length of the steps can vary depending on the time you have or the energy given. Usually we match what the lead is doing because we feel that the push. Now I wanted to mention something, that you cannot really stay in a close embrace trying to do this. It's not really possible, because if you are with this very close and then you try to lead your partner there and go in the opposite direction, it will not work. So it has to have certain amount of flexibility,
Elasticity,
the
yes.
elasticity or embrace to achieve the back step, because if not, inevitably you will go away from each other. I guarantee that it's going to happen. So as when you see Patricio and I, if I show, can we show this? So we can be very close, but at the moment that we do it that direction. So here is good. But that, we need to kind of create the same V position that you should, at least, that we usually have in tango, in this side, you know? So our embrace needs to be in a V shape when we are going back, yes? When we go, yeah, that. So here. So we have a V here. We are not trying to stay there. Imagine if he tries to stay with me.
No, I've seen
I
it.
mean, it's not even possible. I mean, you cannot rotate so much your spine.
Good advice. Good
Okay.
advice for the leads, because sometimes we,
Yes.
the leads, think that we are the engineers of this dance, but not so much the executioners. So we pass information to the followers if you are the one doing it, and we forget about dancing ourselves. So we go maybe in a block, we're expecting the rotation, but
Yeah.
this actually pushed into each other, this pushing away from each other.
It could be actually an exercise for you to do. I advise this for you. If you don't know where the push comes from, you are using your partner to do what you need, and that will create what you need from your partner. If that's logical or
Because you're pushing into each other, so
So-
you cancel each other.
it's like we push. It's like we push and we achieve because we are doing a mirroring thing. We are mirroring. So for the lead, if you don't know, it's complicated in your mind, like, but I need to push you here, I need to go there. You need to push her where it's convenient to you, basically. You know? You push her away. It's like pushing against a wall. You
And
know?
that resistance from your partner that you're using to help move her body, it actually it gives you some energy that you can then push yourself away from it.
Yeah, and achieve that rotation. Okay?
So kind of like the elbows stay in place, and we roll both each other away like
Yeah.
this. So this is back, 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 in, out. So we expand one side, we contract the other one. So our torsos instead of start with a parallel line, and then we go one shoulder close, then the other shoulder. See, we get perpendicular with my right shoulder, her left shoulder, and then perpendicular with my left shoulder to her right shoulder. Perpendicular, side step, perpendicular, back step, perpendicular, side step, perpendicular, front step.
Yeah, and this is the hardest, so please keep in mind you don't want to push forward with this side.
Yes, balancing.
Keep your side. Keep in mind it's like a wall, some invisible thing in between that you don't want to cross, neither with your legs or with your arms. Not crossing to the opposite side. Kind of stay in your side. See this? It's like this is a wall, and I'm working this side, he's working that side. So, yeah, more or
And a
less.
slight inclination that allows you to go. A good way to practice this is this. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, we went off camera.
Oops.
Whoa, hey! You see, it's corrida.
Okay.
You got lots of information about this right there.
Yeah. I think.
You want to dance another tango?
fun.
Another milonga, digo.
Yes. One more milonga.
Okay, here we go. Bailamos milonga brava de Troilo.
Okay. Ooh, that's fast.
Taram. Taram.
Te pusimos por varón y por guapiar, el mano no era más. Y hoy ese apodo te vengo a reclamar, porque nunca más has vuelto al barrio aquel, che mano no era más. Soy tu padrino que te viene a hablar, soy el ayer.
It's good for cardio.
Milonga sale.
Wow, that was nice. Corridas, introduction to corridas.
Nice.
Yes, it's like full on.
Yes. Very good. Okay. There you got it.
There you got it out there, ready to go.
Now you have to practice. Move your waist.
Yes, yes, like you mean it. So begin slowly and then go to faster music.
Yes. And one thing also before we just say bye to you, thank you for watching, your knees. Try to bend your knees a little bit, don't lock them. Locking them brings a lot of tension in your body, and you most probably will not achieve the smoothness, not even the speed, the smoothness. It will look like we are jumping around trying to,
It's
like
good
kind of
point.
falling.
Yes, yes.
So
Keeping
bend
your
a little
height.
bit. So you go a little like gliding, a little lower.
Yes, you don't want to be
Yes.
with
And
percussion
also-
against the floor.
And also because, as I said before, it takes away the possibility to be more twisty, yeah? If you lock your knees, so relax the knees, okay?
Vamos a hacer una sentada para terminar. Una sentada acá. ¡Parán! ¿Viste que dice una vuelta, una corrida y una sentada?
Sí.
Corrida,
Tendríamos que haber
corrida.
hecho eso, corrida, sentada.
Sentada.
Bueno, no importa, ya lo hicimos. Muchas gracias, nos vemos la semana que viene.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Chao, mi amor.
Bye, bye. Mua.